Welcome back to Benny's Custom Works. Today we're back onto our IS200 supercharged project. A little bit of a curveball was thrown with us with the old school weird e-throttle problems that we've been having continuously. So to circumvent that, we're going to convert today to a cable throttle body, which normally I wouldn't do. And we're also going to go with a Haltech Elite 750 and a wideband. So we've got the wideband here, our Elite 750, and we've got a fly loom, just a generic wiring type loom. So we're going to actually piggyback this system because the IS200, it's like a first generation serial communication style ECU where it actually controls the dash cluster. As much as we are putting a Haltech in it, this is still a budget conscious build, so we don't want to go putting in aftermarket dashes and all these extra componentry that we probably don't really need. So yeah, we've gone with a 750 for the same reason. It's a fairly simple unit, but it's going to serve really well for this particular setup. And the bonus of all the Haltech stuff is it's actually waterproof. So I'm not sure we're going to mount the ECU as yet. We may put it in the bay. We may end up, this is a long loom too, so we've got a 2 meter loom, so we can put it inside the car, or we can just shorten it up and put it in the bay. Yeah, there's not a lot of real estate in this bay, but in saying that, there's also not really a lot of ways to run wiring through the firewall without punching massive holes through. I do have some bulkhead connectors. We're still tossing up whether we're going to do that. And also, for a bit of reliability, we're going to go putting a larger fuel pump in. This is a Raceworks 255 from memory. So this should be pretty much a direct fit, but we're going to probably do that later today. Once we get this back in and set up, we'll jump into the fuel pump, change the fuel pump out and go for a bigger one. It's worth noting when you're doing this sort of stuff, especially if you're paying for tuner's time and things like that, this sort of stuff will save you in the long run. So rather than trying to wing it with a secondhand pump or the original pump that was in the car, just chuck a new pump in it before you put it on the dyno, because a lot of the times a dyno operator will charge you for physical time as well as the cost of a tune. So you could be on the dyno and a pump dies or something goes wrong, and then you're up for double the amount of, well, cost basically. So yeah, good little investment. These pumps aren't particularly dear. I think this one's about $150. And then, yeah, good little bit of insurance and it'll keep you going probably for a longer time than a factory pump. Just taking the cover off our ECU and labelled the connectors as per the pinout that we have. We've also got a bit of a cheat sheet here that Dave was kind enough to put together for us at Haltech. So it lists the Haltech pin and the IS200 pin, cut or splice, scissors, ice cream. And then we just got to refer the positions that he's listed here back to the factory pinout. I've also prepped the loom before today. I've removed all the excess wires that we don't need. So I've basically just gone down through his listing for the Haltech stuff and remove them. I do need to put one back in because we've now added a thermofan control after we did that original, the map. The reason for that being the factory ECU doesn't actually control the thermofans, the body control module does. And we don't know how happy the body control module is gonna be after we piggyback the ECUs together. So to make sure that we still have fan control, we're just gonna get the Haltech to do it. It's super simple function. So it's just a ground switching at a temperature range. So yeah, Haltech's more than capable of controlling a thermofan, so why not use what we've got. So we will have to run the single pin back into the loom, but it doesn't, as I mentioned, it doesn't go to the ECU, it just goes straight into the relay box. So I've already identified the wire that is required to be grounded in the relay box. So we'll just whip that in and we're good to go. Winner. Old oxygen sensor and our new Haltech wideband oxygen sensor. So the only place we can actually put these pre-cat is in the front header collector or the rear header collector. We can't get all 6 cylinders pre-cat. I don't really see that as being a massive issue because you still get a 3-cylinder average anyway. Also, it's not a 1,000 horsepower Cresta, so it's not going to matter. But I'm going to whack this in now. Then we're going to run our wiring back to the ECU and to our wideband control box. We do also need to wire that to accessory powering and to ground as well, because the new generation CAN wideband module doesn't use any external wiring other than the CAN network. So if we try and run that thing off CAN power, it's going to burn everything out and cause all sorts of dramas. So you do need to run those to power and ground, not use the Haltech CAN cable just to power it. So keep that in mind before you burn your stuff to the ground. Now I've got our Haltech more or less installed. I've got safety glasses on for no reason. We've removed the throttle body to basically turn this into a fully mechanical style throttle body. So at the moment we've got this wheel which free spins, and we're going to tack weld it to this spindle so that the throttle body all just moves in one motion as it originally would have done if it was a cable style throttle body without this motor on it. And then the other thing we're going to do is pull this motor out. We mentioned before they fail a lot and they have a lot of problems, so yeah, we're going to pull that out and just get rid of it because it's not necessary anymore. So now they've got the Haltech, we don't need any of this. I did mention, I don't know if I mentioned before previously, but we're not going to have idle control anymore doing this. You can run aftermarket external idle control, but I think what we're going to do, because it's just a track car, we're just going to wind the base throttle stop in a little bit just to give it a high idle, and it'll work for our setup. But alternatively, if you're going to do this on a street car, you can get a very basic just stepper motor idle control from Haltech, which only requires one output from the ECU, so pretty easy to set that up. But yeah, as I said, we don't need it, so we're not going to worry about it too much. But we're going to zip this together and continue along. It runs.
Does it sound?
Sounds like it did before he touched it.
Yeah, cool.
And it even idles somehow. It's a bit fluffy when you rev it. Battery voltage looks okay. Yeah, it's pretty good now. Well, that's us done for the day. We've had a pretty full-on day today. It's been quite long and involved. It's definitely something I haven't done before, is install an ECU. Massive thanks to Dave at Haltech for drawing out our magical treasure map that got me out of trouble, and then helping us to actually get it running. So he's been a massive help today. Got our fuel pump in, thanks to Raceworks for that, and everything's looking good. So next episode with the IS200, we're going to be most likely at Haltech tuning it, and then we'll be at the spares box skid pan. But by the time you see this video, the spares box skid pan will have already happened in the real world. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time.